Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we, you're wondering? Well, we're on the Yeraskipu Industrial Park and we're heading out towards the area of, well, where Uptown McDonald's is. That's where we're going to come out. And we're going to take a left and we're going to head down towards Paradise, and then we're going to cut across through the Universal area and we're heading out towards Chlorakas. So starting on the Yeraskipu Industrial area and heading towards Chlorakas. And it's quite busy at this time of day. It's sort of like a latish afternoon, shall we say. So there's a lot of government employees that have finished and they're all racing to try and get home and that kind of stuff. So we're going to take a left down and head towards the former Debenhams roundabout. So there we go. Shall we have a look and see how much the price of benzene is? So for a diesel car, 158.9. So if we put that into English, that's around about 145 a litre. So on that note, if you're wondering how the channel is funded and if you'd like to watch us continue to drive around the Paphos area and hopefully you get to learn your way around, the way the channel is funded is by you quite simply clicking through to our About page, and you go and see a little icon called Buy Me a Coffee, and you can hit that and you can consider to buy us a coffee or two. And of course we liquefy that into cash. Sometimes we buy a coffee and we say thank you very, very much, and more often than not we pop it into the tank, and that allows us to drive, wiggle and waggle, and bring these little episodes especially for you. So let's go have a look on the Breakfast Club crew and see who's in town. Now we know the girls are in the shop because well, without them we can't function, that's for sure. Miss Viv, she's right at the top of the tree there, and she's got her two partners in crime, Miss Nessie, and of course all the way from Frodsham, Ian the Butcher's partner in crime, Miss Julie, the beautiful Miss Julie. So there you go. Those are the three girls that are in charge of all the cake making, the pancakes. They're even doing breakfasts now because we understand that one or two people, like Mr. Allen, who's frantically flicking on his treadmill because he wants to burn a few calories, because he understands that very, very soon he's going to be wearing a blue mankini and chuchki dancing on the rocks to the rear of the Paphos Fort with Mr. Paul, and of course with Miss Oshin Gracivia the booth. So flick it on, Alan, come on, let's get it going. And I'm pretty sure afterwards one of the girls will have prepared a special cupcake or two for you. Cup of tea to go with it. Yep, there you go. Let's go and check on the main sofas and see who's in the club today. Well, the girl in charge of pretty much about everything, that's the one and only Dame Anne, who celebrated her birthday this week and had a great day, by the way. And she's coming out of Paphos very, very soon because her Jet2 app keeps reminding her. So we're going to cut through here, through the area known as Universal, but of course these lights have just changed to red. So that means we have to stop. Absolutely shocking. These Nissan drivers, I mean, why did you stop? You could have kept going. In fact, I think I should drive over the top of him because I'm in one of these big Land Cruisers today. We are delivering this back to the customer after a bit of a mishap with his rear differential and his axles and that kind of thing. Anyway, it's all been repaired now. He's got a nice big bill. I'm going to have a good look in his wallet and see just how much money we could extract from him before him having a heart attack, because obviously we want him to come back again and again. Look at that for a sky, by the way. Look at that, pretty blue. Yep. And I promise you the sea is blue as well. I'm dressed head to toe in blue. All it's actually missing is you. So hey, get yourself on a big bird or a canoe, start paddling like crazy, and come and see us in downtown Cyprus. It quite simply is waiting for you. Now on the sofa there is Dame Anne. I'm saying sitting next to her is one of her other partners in crime, and of course her name is, well, you know, wait for it, here it comes, our superstar Anna Star, the greatest lawyer in downtown Poland. And of course now she has a permanent position on the crew because, well, you never know when you might need a good lawyer. So we're going to keep Anna very, very close to us, and she dibbles and dabbles and checks to make sure that what we're saying is legal, and when we're mentioning some of these towns and things, to make sure that YouTube is not going to delete us permanently and get rid of us and kick us off the planet. You never know. Right, let's go and have a look over there. On each arm on that sofa, of course, we know there are the two Ronnies. We've got Viking Ronnie on the left. He's sitting there with his filtered coffee and a piece of malted toast. He's in charge of all the tongue twistings and all those kind of things. And he also is in charge of logistics now and again, because he organises little places for us to go, like Kira's Kitchen up in the Calapia district. We're going to pop up there one of these days. He also arranged for us to go and see the King's Hotel, if you want to go and hunt that one, Marika and Me King's Hotel in downtown Paphos, especially for Mr. Ronnie. That was done a while back now. And of course on the other side we've got another Ronnie, and his name is, well, the one and only Ronnie Miller. He's in charge of all of the law and order and that kind of thing in downtown Paphos. And well, he keeps an eye on things. Although he's retired, so he turns a blind eye when I go through red lights and make YouTube videos and that kind of thing. Nice cup of tea and a rich tea biscuit. Other superstars in town, they come back in for a couple of days. We've got the two superstars known as Andrea and Mart. And they've got their very own YouTube channel. So again, go hunting for that, Andrea Mart, in the search bar, and you'll find them wiggling and waggling in and around the Norfolk area. And of course, they now and again pop into downtown Norwich and they take you with them. And well, those two lunatics keep me entertained, that's for sure. Other people with a channel, well, the chief girl in the kitchen, Miss Nessie, she's got a partner in crime, and his name is Mr. Andy. And they go around the Shropshire lanes, cross into Staffordshire, and now and again go and practice a bit of the old Siarad Cymraeg, which of course is Welsh. And what's that channel called? Ness and Andy's Travels. Now, even a Land Cruiser with air suspension cannot absorb these potholes. So, Lady Oh So Sweet Caroline, get your zhupper on the memory foam pillow, but just before you do, pour a tot or two for Lord Nigel Big Guns. And of course, you two are popping out to Paphos very, very soon, and you're bringing the family, and of course you're bringing with you the superstar known as Miss Ellie. Looking forward to seeing you, Miss Ellie, that's for sure. We're going to chuchuchka dance our way around the Olympic Lagoon Resort, and we're pretty sure that the management will not be allowed to chuck us out because you are a resident there. So, where are we? Well, we're in the lower part of the road before you go up into the old town. I know that's quite hard to understand, but very, very shortly we're going to join the very, very top of the Russian Road. Okay, you've heard me mention that road very, very often. We're about to join Russian Road, and we're going to go to a crossroads, and we're going to go across that crossroads into the lower area of the Tomb of the Kings area, and then we're going to crisscross down and eventually join the Tomb of the Kings Road, or the Tomb of the Kings Avenue, and then eventually we're going to go on our trek towards Chlorakas. So that road is actually the main road from Paphos to Paya. Okay, so slowly but surely, if you continue to watch the channel, you are going to learn your way around, and I'm going to show you some shortcuts. Why do we use these wiggle waggle routes? Because at certain times of the day, as I'm sure you understand, there is absolute gridlock in certain areas of town, as in all towns and cities around the world. Now, big shout out to some of the people who helped to fund the channel. Now, who are they? Well, Anna Starr, Dame Anne, obviously we've got Dave Jono, he's a superstar as well. We've got Moira and Kevin Taylor, thank you very, very much. We've got Nick and Kath all the way up in Yorkshire. We are still busily drinking those coffees. We've got the Barnhawks, John and Louise, who likes a bit of cheese. She's a cheese board girl, and she also likes a bit of soup. They're coming back out in April as well, so we're going to get them on camera this time. We're going to go karaokeing with them. We've got Stuart Pearson, thanks very much, Stuart. He's going to come out and go karaokeing with us as well. Let's try not to run these two nice ladies over, because, well, it would destroy their lives, wouldn't it? There we go. If you remember the other day, we came along this little route and there was a gentleman having trouble navigating with his bus because some idiots had parked a car on the junction, if you remember that one. So that's where we are now. And as you can see, they're coming at us like the clappers. Most people have got a mobile phone in one hand, and technically I have as well, but mine's on the end of a selfie stick. There we go. There's a man in a left-hand drive car. Did you notice that? So there are one or two left-hand drive cars over here, so just to make the driving that a little bit more difficult for yourself. There we are. And to be honest, it's quite nice sitting up in this high lofted Land Cruiser as it wafts around on its air suspension. So I am looking forward to getting my new car, well, second-hand car, you understand me, but my new car in a few days, and well, wiggling and waggling around the lanes of downtown Paphos. And hopefully on its air suspension it will allow Lady Oh So Sweet not to have to hang on to her cushion quite so much, and not to have to pour quite so many tots for Lord Nigel. Lord Nigel's going, what? No, I want more. Exactly, he wants more. Go on, top him up again. So, some more shout outs. Let's go and have a quick look. Well, like I say, Ian Crawford, the butcher, whose girl is in the kitchen. Miss Julie, yeah, that's it. That's his partner in crime. She is always cooking up a froth, and she's very good at making cappuccinos and lattes, by the way. She makes a great latte, which goes absolutely perfect with a beautiful piece of New York style cheesecake, which of course is made by Miss Vivian and caressed by the one and only Miss Nessie. Now that was a bit of a pothole. Did you feel that, Dizzy Blonde? It was trying to eat the rear suspension on this Land Cruiser. So in a few seconds we are going to join the downtown Tomb of the Kings Avenue, and we're going to come out right across the road, by the way, to the area which is the archaeological site known as Tomb of the Kings. So if you want to go and see some bits and bobs, like some ceramics and where some posh people were buried, if you go straight over here, okay, there you go, and there's some people walking to it, and you cross the pond with €2.50, you're usually going to go and get to watch some, well, bits and bobs. And there's a spectacular blue thing called the blue Mediterranean Sea as well. So there you go. It's not all a waste of your €2.50. Some people like it, some people don't, isn't it? Now I warn you now, on all of these inner ring roads and outer ring roads and dual carriageways, whatever you do, do not speed, because more often than not there are boys in blues and they're waiting for you, and they're going to zap you, pull you over, dance the chuchuchka, puff on a cigarette, drink the frappe, and speak to you in funny English, and issue you with a fine. So there you go. Drive carefully and drive sensibly. Bit of a pothole coming up there. Although the suspension handled that quite well. These lights are flashing at us. They've gone to go. We weren't stopping anyway. So where are we now? We're coming past the Lidl on the Tomb of the Kings Avenue. Just over there you've got the Capitol Coast. I remember Craig HGV mentioned that he was involved in the building of that, I think, and his father's ashes are scattered not much further up the road in Chlorakas, and of course that's where we're going today, Chlorakas. So if you do like what you see, by the way, please hit the like, click subscribe, and well, come and join us for a bit more of our madness. And I'm going to say thanks very much for watching as we exit the Tomb of the Kings Avenue. And the last focal point for us before we drop into Lower Chlorakas will be the King Elephant Hotel, or I think its correct pronunciation is the King Eliathan Hotel. And apparently there's a bit of a strike going on in there at the moment. If you go and check in the comments, we've been informed that the cleaning staff have gone on strike. So that's not good. Hopefully they sort it out within a few days. Otherwise, people staying there are going to have to sleep in dirty beds. So there you go. That's not a bed I'm going to be wanting to jump into. Hey, Miss Justine? Oh, there you are. That's Justine, my JJ Tonic. And of course, her partner in crime, Mr. Andy, Mike and Baru, #1, wiggling his rear end in the north lanes of Staffordshire in his BMW. And he's probably got Ollie the dog sitting next to him going, what an idiot. Thanks for watching. Whenever I go past this hotel, by the way, I always think of a few people. Tom, who plays games, we had a chat with him there, and of course 3 superstars, really superstars they are indeed. My cuz King James, his queen Karina, and of course they have a daughter, so she must be a princess, and she is Princess Darlie. A very big hello to you. Enjoy your cupcakes, my little love. Thanks for watching.